A large and growing number of countries are steaming ahead with development and deployment of central bank digital currencies. And while crypto assets, including stablecoins, have had their ups and downs, they're not going away.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank Cbdc'S has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that Cbdc, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented Cbdc, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event, and now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we had Bitcoin and crypto pump, now taking a pullback as expected, guys. It's like clockwork. Now, don't forget we are the only game in town. And we had Jim Cramer says that he was premature on Bitcoin. And we know when Jim Cramer says something, it's a signal. And make sure you're doing the opposite. And we had a lot of altcoins pump. We had Blur price doubles following season 2 of the airdrops and Binance listing. And we have FTX, FTT token rallies over 55%. But guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are moving up slightly. We have the dollar down. We have volume in crypto down. We have Tether, USDC, and TUSD. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo on Wednesday was $931 billion. And make sure you keep an eye on the repo. Now, we have the ECB chief, Christine Lagarde, admits her son lost money in crypto. And we know this is nothing but the Hegelian dialectic. If we look at all the bull runs in crypto, the central banks were behind it 100%. Now we have Argentina's new president vows to close the Argentina's central bank, but he wants to go over to the US dollar. That's the same thing as having a central bank. But guys, we know these presidents are selected, not elected. This is nothing but the Hegelian dialectic, us versus them. Now we have the UK investment fund gets the green light for tokenization. And guys, we know this whole economy, not just in the financial market, is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, do not forget about Grayscale and about $29.2 billion. And we have JP Morgan says that $2.7 billion could exit should the trust convert to an ETF. And we know $2.7 billion is not a lot because you're going to have billions coming in as they're converting to an ETF. But I really do think that Grayscale is going to be that first spot Bitcoin ETF. And then we have Kathy Woods of ARK dumped 700,000 of Cbdc'S shares in 1 month. And remember, if she has an ETF and Grayscale has an ETF, of course she wanted to invest in her own and not in theirs. So it looks like Grayscale is very close to being approved. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have Coinbase stock price rises to highest level since May of 2022. And I think it dropped to about $30. It is still well off the highs when it first initially became a stock. But remember, guys, that was when the Fed was flooding the market with money. Now, we have Interactive Brokers Hong Kong licensed in Hong Kong for retail virtual assets trading. And we see all these big corporations getting licensed in the Middle East, Singapore, Hong Kong. Guys, the emerging markets, the BRICS nations, are leading the fourth industrial revolution, and we know America is behind on purpose. Then we have Hong Kong investment firm Victory Securities obtains a retail crypto trading license also. Now we have the city of Lugano integrates Polygon into its crypto payment system. And while the sheep sleeps, the NWO builds. We have South Korea gears up for a CBDC pilot with 100,000 participants in 2024. And anytime you have the IMF saying, get ready for CBDCs, we know, guys, this is part of a big plan. And we know these CBDCs allow them to tell you what, where, and when and how to buy. And you have 3 to 6 months to spend them, or poof, it's gone. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And lastly, guys, we have the DOJ says CZ is unacceptable risk of a flight risk and should stay in the U.S. And remember what the crypto teacher tells you. Your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. Guys, this is all a movie. With all the technology that we have, all the social media, we didn't see CZ getting arrested or any pictures of him going into the DOJ office. The media should be hounding him, watching him 24/7 like they do everyone else. But when it's part of a movie, just like the bank man, guys, we get no media attention. It's like a media blackout. Why? Because it's all a movie. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.